Now I'm going to show you one of my favorite things ever. Wrist locks from top guard. Evil things. Let's do it. So I love wrist locks. What I love most about wrist locks is that you make the primary weapon of your opponent a target. And if they plan on protecting their hands, they try to keep them closed and sturdy, so it really stops them from attacking you as effectively as they could. And in the guard, I like to tap people out with the wrist locks. It's common consensus that you cannot tap somebody out while in top guard, but today we will learn how. So the first thing that I would like to try is keep my elbows closed and a little bit stable, like so about. And I'm trying to block his hands from attacking me, as he usually would. So it's a good idea to control his forearms or his armpits to stop him from either collar choking me if we're with gi, or sweeping me, or do whatever. And so if I control a forearm, all I'm waiting for is a situation where his hand, his wrist, is relaxed. And then it all comes quick. Like so. It's so quick and nasty. It's difficult to escape once it's on. So I just need to control the forearm to control a bit the elbow. And then I will grab his hand like so. See? So here's the middle line of his wrist. Here's the edge between the forearm and his actual hand. So that's where I grab. And my middle finger comes on his thumb, like so. So I close his hand a bit. You see, I close his hand a bit. And then I just bring it into flexion. And I use the root of my hand, the bottom of my palm, on his index finger to push it diagonally towards his elbow, like so. And then I get the tap. And the beauty of it is that many times when you try to block the hand, he will try to move it out of the way, like so. With a relaxed wrist, he will try to sneak out of it. So that's when I lock it. Now I'll just block the elbow, because otherwise he would lift the elbow up. So I block the elbow and then I just lock it. Fairly simple, ultra effective, and I think it doesn't increase my risk at all. Because if he tries to defend with whatever way, yeah, then I can work on the pass again. Then he will try to block me from passing again with whatever way. Usually he will use his hands for it. Yeah, so we'll try to work on the hands again. And maybe I got it like now, I got it maybe again. But now I cannot control his elbow, he's lifting it up, I'm following. And see, I bring his wrist above his elbow. So now all he can do is try to bring the elbow close, and yeah, that just doesn't cut it. So that wrist lock, I can chase it. As soon as I get bend in his wrist, it's near impossible for him to get the wrist straight ever again. And even though his right arm could attack me and try to flip me or do whatever, it's surprisingly difficult, and I can just let go and I'm in the same position as before. There's no risk and no cost involved. And because I was asked, I'm going to show you how to do the rotating wrist lock that I used to finish the open weight division once. And I was surprised myself. So I just grabbed the hand and I wanted to kind of put a little bit of rotational force on it to make him forced to pull it out. To allow me to pass. But instead what happened is that he actually tapped to the wrist lock. So I just grab, again, thumb and index, the middle of the wrist, like so. And I grab here. To manipulate the hand, it's good to look at it like a triangle. So that's the middle, and those points here are the weak spots that I use to manipulate it. So I bring something fairly strong of my palm on his weakest spot, and I will rotate. And I use flexion that is pretty strong against diagonal rotation of his that's fairly weak actually. So the extensors usually are a lot weaker than the flexors. So I grab and I rotate until he taps. simple again. There's a third one hidden, and it's just that I want to grab the wrist again and pull. And now again I got a wrist lock. So usually you will be taught to use your thumbs, but my thumbs are comparatively weak to my palm. So I use the bottom of my thumbs like so. And again, like this it would not work. You see how his arm is free to move. So I pull, and now I push his palm into the floor further away than his elbow. If the direction of my push is above his elbow, like so, he will bend his arm and I will lose it. So I will pull on it and push closer on the elbow. Yeah, if he wants to extend, then I will go for extension. Why not? But we're gonna cover that in another video. Now you know, time to wrist lock some fools. And as I said, think about it, that if his wrists are relaxed, just lock him. If his wrists are forced and sturdy, it's probably impossible to lock his wrists, but you reached your goal. You made him be careful of his own hands. You made him protect his hands, which in turn makes it easier for you to attack everything else of his body. So stay tuned, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment about anything, call me out for wrist locking fools, whatever, and stay tuned for the next video.